If women consistently pull away from you, or you feel in some way just invisible to them, then what I'm talking about in today's video may be the reason why that consistently happens. And it's not a reason that I've seen discussed or really spoken about anywhere else on YouTube. What you often hear is that you need to earn more money, you need to be taller somehow, you need to improve your game, you need to perform some sort of change in your social life or whatever. Now, I'm not saying these things don't provide you with opportunities, but the problem a lot of men face is that when those opportunities come, they don't stay very long. A woman pulls away or she distances herself for some reason. So why does this happen? Well, to discuss this, to communicate why this happens, I'm going to tell you about a new client of mine who signed up last week. And for those that don't know, if this is your first time meeting me, my name is Oliver. I'm a men's coach, I'm a writer, and I occasionally run retreats for men, helping them conquer people pleasing, improve their confidence with women, and essentially live a life on their terms. So let's go back to my client. So my client who signed up with me last week, his name is Greg. Greg is in his early 40s. And he came to me because of relationship and dating struggles. But the thing is about Greg that's really bizarre is that he's a good-looking fella. He tells me that he's in the top top 5% population in terms of income. He has a very good job. He's in good shape. He goes to the gym on the regular. And on the call, I can tell he's a very well-dressed, sort of approachable, likable guy. But he consistently has the same issue in his dating life. He is not dating and attracting and keeping around the kind of women that he really likes. And he tells me that this has been the case since he was 15. He's felt invisible to women. Since he was 15, he, over the following almost 3 decades, has watched his classmates get girlfriends, get married, have a wife and kids, and progress in life. And he says, on a deeper level, this isn't just about dating for me, he says. He says, I just feel like I'm still stuck there. I feel like I'm still stuck as a 15-year-old, and I've never really grown up. I'm still just a kid seeking approval, which is a very painful predicament to be in, one that I can personally relate to, and I'm sure some of you can as well. And the thing is, Greg has had a few long-term relationships, but he says to me that those long-term relationships, he never felt like he actually chose her as a partner. He just went with it because she chose him for some reason, and his relationship and dating life never felt like it was in his control. And those relationships ended the same way. It starts out with some initial attraction and spark, but then over time, he becomes more needy and insecure as the relationship progresses. She tends to lose respect for him, lose attraction for him. They start arguing more. And ultimately, she either cheats or she leaves, and Greg wonders what the hell's going on. Now, as Greg is telling me this, I see it. I see that in his face. The thing I'm talking about is the thing that over the past few years, over the 100 or so clients I've worked with, I come across this a lot in men these days. It's that look in his eyes that I call the dissociated glare. It's a look in a man's face that is vacant and expressionless, a look that screams that I don't know who I am, I don't know what I feel right now, and I'm not even really in the room. Now, on the other side of the screen, I know what this is. In my head, I've come across this countless times. The likelihood is that Greg has experienced throughout his life a bunch of micro traumas. Not big moments that you can point to and say that's where it began, but I'm talking the micro moments, the rejections, the bully when you get bullied, the not getting your emotional needs met, or neglect from your parents and your caregivers, negative interactions with authority figures like teachers at school. All these things, they compile, they compound, and then at some point in Greg's past, his nervous system responded to all of this by shutting down emotionally, dissociating and freezing. Greg's nervous system never unfroze. And this is why he said that he feels like a child still, because his nervous system is still in a freeze state, that same freeze state that it was when he was way younger. So I bring this up to him. I say, Greg, can I ask you a direct question? He says, yeah, sure. I say, what's coming up in your body right now? What do you feel in this moment? He thinks about it for a moment, he pauses, and he comes back and he says, I don't know. I never really know. I don't know how I feel. I think a lot, but I don't really feel much. Bingo! In my head. I'm like, bingo. That right there, that's it. That is what women are picking up on in Greg. That dissociated freeze, which is his nervous system in a fear response, that is contagious. When a woman is in your presence and you are freezing up and dissociating, and you're not even aware of it, her body freezes and tenses up too. And this all happens on a level that's way deeper than the spoken. The man doesn't notice this going on because he's checked out emotionally from his body. The woman senses it but doesn't explain it because it's hard to explain. And she pulls away to protect herself because she doesn't really know what's going on with him. He's not congruent. He feels one thing or nothing and thinks another and then acts another. It's all disjointed. And a man who is disjointed and dissociated is not a man her body can trust. It's not a man, that is not a man who she can fully relax with and fully open with. And this dynamic sabotages an interaction. If you're just approaching a woman and speaking to her for the first time, that sabotages it from the get-go. It sabotages a relationship. It sabotages a marriage over the long term. That's the root of why women pull away from Greg, and that's the root of why he feels invisible to women, because she can't feel him. Why? Because he can't feel him. And because she can't feel him, she can't trust him. That real charisma, that real connection, that real presence, that comes from being comfortable in your own skin. And that starts by being present in your body. Not stuck in your head, not strategizing, not thinking, what should I say? One of the biggest turn-ons for a woman is your grounded, calming presence. So how do we unfreeze? How do we emotionally thaw out so that we can not just have that grounded, calming presence that women like? We're not doing things just because of that, but so that you can enjoy yourself and be happier as a person and more content within yourself. That's the main thing. How do we do that? Well, mate, we have to loosen our grip on thinking, strategizing, planning. We have to see that intellectualizing everything is in itself a defense mechanism that was born out of childhood pain. We need to start relaxing the grip on it and start connecting to our feelings in the moment. And on a deeper level than that, start connecting with something that we've lost touch with in this society, and that is your intuition. But I will say, mate, this is not a quick fix. You can't expect to be in a kind of trauma-based fear state for most of your life, ever since childhood, and expect yourself to emotionally thaw out in a weekend. For example, Greg's just started working with me, and we're going to work together for 6 months. We're going to have a call every week. I'm going to give him guided practices and things to do to get in touch with his body, breathwork practices, visualizations, that kind of stuff. And at some point during the whole 6-week process, we're going to do something that I recommend that you do as well. And we're going to go to the woods, a cabin in the woods, and I'm going to take him for a private retreat that will take him through an experience that will bring him in touch with a lot of the repressed sort of stuff that he's been pushing down ever since he was a kid. You can do the same thing by taking yourself to a cabin in the woods periodically and being with yourself in solitude, undistracted, connecting with your body, connecting with nature. This process, mate, is not easy because it's going to bring up some emotions that you've not been in touch with probably ever. Grief, sadness, rage, whatever the case is. But one thing I will say is on the other side of emotionally thawing out, the fear of rejection will be replaced by a kind of calm, grounded confidence where you speak your truth. That dissociated freeze will be replaced by a deep connection and an enjoyment of what's going on in your body when you're interacting with a woman. When you feel turned on, when you feel etc., you instead of dissociating, not really feeling anything, you're just enjoying the flow of energy that's happening in your body. that'll be replaced by that. And she'll feel that and she'll respond to that as well. That nice guy, dissociated kind of nice guy mask will melt away, and it will be replaced by your authentic, confident, and unfuckwithable true self. And the truth is, that man has been there under the surface this whole time. The dissociation was like dirt on the window, but who you truly are has been behind that window. It's been there the whole time. So I'll wrap up this video, mate, by saying that if you want to go on this same 6-month rite of passage with me, then click the link in the pinned comment down below. We'll jump on a call, we'll discuss it, we'll talk about it, we'll see if it's right for you. But only apply if you're serious, all right? If you're done watching YouTube content, if you're done reading books and not applying it, if you're done staying stuck in this same cycle and you're genuinely serious, click the link, let's book a call and talk about it. But in the meantime, do your breath work, spend time in nature, tame your phone use, go off and be in solitude in the woods every now and then, and be present with your emotions when you're around women and throughout the day. With that, mate, take care, stay courageous, and I'll see you in the next video.